Hey everybody, good afternoon. It's Mike Brown, the founder of FlowTrack. So welcome to our Monday Lunch and Earn, and we're going to go ahead and kick this off and get started. So first, I just wanted to say to smash that like button. That really helps us out, and go ahead and subscribe to us on social media. You can find us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and soon TikTok. So go ahead and follow us to make sure you get all the notifications for these live streams to come. Now let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to switch screens over here, and we're just going to dive right into FlowTrack. And so what we're going to be going over today is a really cool way to use the blueprints. And so for those of you that don't know what the blueprints are a way for you to kind of package or template up your different items inside your white label, and you can offer these to customers. Right, these could be templates, packs that you guys are selling to customers so they can save a lot of money and hit the ground running and save a lot of time. Or this could be something you're using to really just help automate your business so you're not doing the same repetitive work for your clients and other customers over and over again. Now, the cool thing about blueprints is you can package almost anything together. You just come in here, you click on create blueprint. We can give it a name, call this the auto dealer blueprint. We click continue. And on the next page, we can go ahead and click on what we want to bundle up in this template. So you just go ahead and check these different boxes. You can put, websites, flows, forms, pipelines, phone numbers, products, packages, roles, etc. You can bundle all these things up together. Now, one cool way you can use this is imagine you're sending out a marketing email to your customer. Right. And the marketing email, you're going to say something like, hey, go ahead and click on this link in the email to get this special blueprint just for you. Right. And so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be listening for that click event. And when we listen for that click event, as soon as they click, we're going to go ahead and run a blueprint in that user's account. So it's going to be really cool. It's going to be like an email teaser, and it's going to run it in their account. Now, also, I want to say go ahead and drop any comments or questions you guys have in the chat, and we're going to go ahead and answer these a little bit later. So we got the chat that's going to pop in. So go ahead and drop those in the comments. I see someone said, heyo, so heyo back at you. Still doesn't tell me who it is. It just says Facebook user, but we'll find out how to get that fixed, and let's dive right in. We'll go back to the screen. All right, so let's start off by creating an automation flow, right? Almost everything we do inside FlowTrack starts with an automation flow. I'm going to come in here, we're going to click create new flow. And the first thing I want to do here is actually send an email, right? So we're going to send an email. We're going to say get this new blueprint. And we're going to send this from Mike, the name that's going to show up on the email. And then we're going to send it from a certain specific email address. So we'll say mike@test. Cool. Now, this is obviously my test account, so it has all that test data in there. You're going to see your own domains. We can customize the email with something like hi first name. I almost always do that in every single email I send just so it's personalized. We can say click this link to get your new blueprint. Right, and I can put any link. You probably want to put a link to your login page of your white label app. So we can go ahead and go to app.flowtrack.co, and we'll go ahead and say thanks, Mike. Right, and so if I can spell blueprint, it's okay. All right, and so now what we want to do is we want to make sure that we use this short link right here, because the short link is what enables the click tracking, which is really cool. So it's going to generate like a Bitly style, link that you see all the time. And that allows us to track the links, and you can even expire the link if you want to. If it's a limited time offer, let's say you can only do this within the next 24 hours, this link's going to expire. That's where you can key in a number right here and set this to expire. So if it's 0, that means it's never going to expire, right? And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to save this. So I got my email step. And so with that email step, we're going to go ahead and, I got to type in a subject in here. Get this new blueprint. And then I typed in my name already, but maybe it changed when I put in the that link. So we'll check that out. All right, so we'll go ahead and click save. Save that email. Oh, I didn't even save the contents of the email step. So there's obviously a little quirk in there we got to get worked out. So let's say hi, first name. Do this again. Let's say get the blue https://app.flowtrack.co. Right? So again, we're just putting any old link in there. I'll go ahead and save this. And now we got the email. That's the first step. Now, the next thing that we want to do is we actually want to wait for the click event, right? So we're going to say wait for click. And so I'm just listening for a click in that email. We're going to say when the send email step has been clicked, then this step's going to evaluate as true. Now we can specify how much time we want to wait for this click, right? Maybe we're only waiting for 2 days, and then the flow can continue. So I'm going to pick that 2 days, and now I can just start connecting these things. Right? So now if they clicked on this, it's going to go down the yes branch. If they didn't, within that timeout period, the 2 days, it's going to go down the timeout branch. And so now we can come in here and start looking at the execute blueprint step, right? This is where the power is to be able to dynamically run these blueprints. So I'm just going to pick one randomly in here, right? I'm going to run the white label blueprints. And so if they clicked yes, right, we're going to automatically run this blueprint. So super, super powerful. Now, if they didn't for some reason, maybe you want to send another email, put them down another drip campaign, or send them a different offer. There's lots of different things you can do, but we're just going to keep this flow super simple, and it's that easy. Now, the blueprints in here, they actually run automatically unless there's something that requires user intervention. So some things in the blueprint, like phone numbers, require you to pick like what area code that you want, stuff like that. So if it's one of those things, the user is going to get a pop-up when they log in, and it's going to say, hey, pick your area code or answer the other questions that you have in your blueprint. And let's actually show you how those questions work, because they're super powerful. So let's save this, and we'll call this the marketing flow for blueprint. So we'll go ahead and publish that, and now that's there. And now we can start adding people to that flow. So that's how easy it is to tease people with a cool offer and automatically run that blueprint in their account. Now, I wanted to show you guys in here the variables, and you guys can come in and customize those to customize your blueprint items. So if you go ahead and edit one of your blueprints, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to look for this little lightning bolt that's on here on the right. This allows you to put variables in your templates, right? So instead of saying something like, a generic business name like hello Acme Co. or this is Acme Co., you can come in here and put in a variable in your template or in your blueprint, and your blueprint's going to automatically replace those variables with the value the customer enters, which is really cool. So imagine your blueprint has some emails, and in there you have an email signature. Might have the business's phone number, business's name. So I can come in here and type in biz phone, and I can come up with any name I want, right? It doesn't really matter. And then you can type in a question. This is what we're going to ask the customer when they log in. So what's your business phone number? And here we can specify a default value, right? So maybe this is the correct phone number that's actually on their user account. So we can go ahead and just show that right here. Now, if we don't want to show the customer the question, we just want to use the data in one of our fields, we can actually uncheck this little checkbox, show it to customer. That just means the blueprint's going to automatically use this data without even asking the customer about it, which is really cool. So we can go ahead and click save, but you got to remember the name of this variable, right? So this is at what you typed in, and then at or ampersand, not ampersand, at. So we'll go ahead and we'll click save. And so this is what I'm going to put in my template, whether that's in the flow builder or the website designer. I'm going to put this text in here instead of just a phone number, and it's going to replace that with the user's information. So super cool. Easy way to customize these blueprints with these basically global variables. And so that's what I want to share with you guys today. We got an awesome, cool way where you can, tease your customers or leads with an amazing new blueprint. And you can go ahead and just have them click the link in the email, and it's going to automatically run that in their account, right? And that saves them a lot of time, work, and money, and it saves you guys a lot of time, energy, and money, and makes everything super cool. So I'm going to go ahead and start answering some of the questions in here, and we can go ahead and get started. Where someone's asking, where do we see those trigger links? So we don't have this, weird concept of trigger links. I've heard people talk about that. I was never a huge fan of trigger link, but basically it's just a step in the flow, right? So we try to keep it easy. So inside your flow, if you come in here, you can just see that you have this condition that just says wait for it to be clicked, right? So that's all you got to do. Just put that after you send the email, and then it's going to know it's waiting for a click on that specific email, right? Then you don't have to remember like, oh, where does this link go? I don't remember what email it's in. It's obvious it's right here. You can double click on this and you can see that, oh, this is the send email step. And you can customize the name of these steps too, right? We just change the name up here. So we'll say blueprint, blue teaser, right? So we come in, put a cool name, and now we can customize the name of this. So no trigger links. It's just right here in the flow. But great question. Looks like someone asked, what type of flow is this again? So I just clicked on contact, right? So contact pretty much just means that they're a contact already in your system, right? And I'll go back and pull up that screen again. I'm going to click on create flow. You got 3 types of flows in here you can make, and they process different types of data, right? So a contact is leads and contacts you already have inside FlowTrack. A form submission is something that runs just real time when someone fills out a form. And so the reason why these are different is because when you do a form submission, right, you're picking the form that you want to use right here. So you're just wiring it up to the form right there before you even start the flow builder. And then next we got incoming phone calls, right? These are your drag and drop interactive voice menus where you can dynamically route and control phone call in the middle of the phone call, which is really cool. So that's what I picked. I just clicked on contacts, and I'm going to send this to existing contacts in my system, right? Since I'm sending out a blueprint, teaser email, right? We want to go ahead and show them. We need to make sure that they're actually a user, right? So we're going to send this to users of the system. So when they click on the link, it can run the blueprint in their account. So that's a really cool way to do it. And if you guys do this all right and set it up, hopefully you guys can make it rain with money flowing in your account, right? So really cool way to do that. So that's a great question. Let me know if you guys have any other questions. You can drop it into the chat. But a lot of powerful ways you can use the flow builder, and plugging all these things in together, like emails and SMS and the blueprints, execute blueprints. You could even do this with SMS, right? You send someone an SMS, hey, do you want me to load up your account with this blueprint? Just say yes or reply yes, and then you can use that wait for reply step. And SMS can also run that blueprint, right? So there's lots of cool ways you can use that. Looks like we had another person just ask a question. What's the state of the web builder? When will the global sections be fixed? The web builder will be Rust. When will it be robust and working, fairly bug-free? So the team is always working on hammering out some bugs, making it better and better every day. I know they just made some enhancements to the global blocks, which they pushed out last night. So we're still going through and trying to get that to be as seamless as possible. We still got some things we're working on to improve in the website builder to make it even better. But definitely go in there and check out the new version. We did announce the other day that we do have the global block, so might as well show you guys what that looks like. So you can come in here and pull up one of these websites, and when you make one of your sections in your site a global block, you can go ahead and just click on this little button here, make it a global block, and it's going to make this block reusable on other pages of the site. So the team was going here fixing up a few things. The issues they were fixing were regarding the preview images, right? If you updated a global block on one page, it wasn't showing in the preview page for all of the preview image right here on all the other pages that use that same global block. So they're going through and fixing up that. But if you guys experience any other issues or anything in there with the global blocks or anything else for that matter, please let us know. You can just drop in a support chat with us, tell us about it, or even shoot a quick Loom video so we can see what you're seeing and get all those issues fixed. So the more you guys speak up and let us know if there's any issues, the faster we can identify those and get those fixed for you too. So definitely let us know how you guys are doing in there. Let's see, we'll check out some other things in the chat right now. So Colin's saying, I'm trying to create a flow that triggers when a pipeline stage is changed. I can't seem to get it work. Does that have to be a system event, or how does that work? So we do have in here the triggers. So let me go into the flow builder. And I'm just going to open up the same flow I had earlier, right? So I can come in here and I can click on add trigger. So we do have in here the opportunity status changed, right? And so this is going to be one that you want. Is it the status task changed? Let me see. I think it's the opportunity status because the pipelines are the status, right? So that's what you want to do. So you can look at the related contact for this, and you can look at only a specific I think it's the opportunity status change is what you're looking for. So I'm going to read your question again. So when a stage is changed. So yeah, the stage is the status. I think we do need to get that renamed in here because it's a little confusing even as I'm reading it, right? Opportunity status changed. So let me make a note of that, take a screenshot, and we'll get this updated so we know to update that. But that's going to be what you're looking for. So let me go ahead and get that updated with the team, and we can get that updated for you. I'm still not seeing the drop down for the specific to pick the specific status. So I think right now this is firing on all status changes. So that's another thing we can look at. Otherwise, you'll be looking at doing maybe like a condition to filter those out. But I think having that in the trigger would be a great one. So I'm going to get that in there as well. So great question. Thank you for that. Let's see. Someone's asking, when will the outbound calls be working? So outbound calls are in there today. You can get it working if you guys are having any issue with your outbound calls. Definitely, you can contact me or support after this, and we can help you check that out. But you can just come in here, dial a phone number, and you can do a call right here in your web browser. You also have the ability to plug in your own SIP phone, which is really cool. So you guys can connect like a physical desk phone. If you want to connect your, if you have issues connecting your phone or need help, definitely reach out to the support, and we can go ahead and get that working for you. Let's see. We got someone saying outbound call recordings. So outbound call recordings are in there too. You just got to go into, there's actually two places you got to check for the call recordings. Let me show you where those are. So first of all, if you're going to do outbound calls from, let's say, a number or extension, you can come in here and click on the phone number that you want to edit, and there's going to be a setting in here to record calls. This one's record inbound calls, right? So if you want to record inbound, this has to be checked. Now there's another setting for call recording, and that's on the extension level. Sometimes you connect your phone number to one of your extensions, right? So it rings directly to you. In that case, you want to come in and you want to look at the extension settings. And on the extension settings, you're going to see in here something that says record calls. You're going to say all, or inbound, outbound, or local. Local just means extension to extension, right? You can only record local calls. But if you want this on, you want to go ahead and click all, and that should record both directions. And if you're having any issue with that, you can go ahead and also reach out to me or support after this, and we're happy to dive into it and take a look at it for you. But that should be, what you got to check right there. It's just check the extension and then check the number. Make sure you got that on there. So great question. We got another person asking, do you need Twilio to make calls? No, you don't. You don't need Twilio. And it looks like this chat kind of scrolls off the screen, so I got to figure out how to fix that. You don't need Twilio to make calls, so everything just works in here automatically, right? All you got to do is come in here, click on numbers, you click buy a number, right? And you can go ahead and find a phone number that you want, and just click the order button, and you got the pricing right there. So just select the one you want. And right here, you can pick, the caller ID display name. This is what's going to show up. This is what's going to show up when you make a call, and someone's going to see that on their caller ID. So you can type in your name or business name right here. And then next, you can say, well, where should this phone number ring to, right? Do you want it to forward to your extension? You want it to go to a flow, right? If you're creating like the FlowTrack number, when you call us, it says, thank you for calling FlowTrack, right? You have that interactive voice menu. That's where you can route it to a flow. So that's where you want to do that all right in here. And so perfect, you're going to send me a DM on that. Appreciate that. And we can help you out with that one on the call recording. And if you guys have any other questions, go ahead and drop them in the chat. And if you guys haven't already, please make sure you guys like and subscribe. It really helps us out. So if you guys are watching us on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe. If you're watching us on Facebook, just smash the like button. So I appreciate that. So I'll go ahead and give you guys another second to drop in any other questions or comments. But we do have another one of these. We're going to be doing these more and more frequently. So we got at least the Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So next one's going to be Wednesday for Caviar Wednesday, and then Champagne Friday. Both of those are at 3 p.m. We're going to be going over something cool you can do inside FlowTrack and also answering all of your different questions so we can make sure you guys are successful using FlowTrack. So I just want to say that the team's been doing an amazing job getting tons and tons of different tickets fixed to, enhancements and bugs and trying to get this as flawless as possible. So hats off to them. They're working hard behind the scenes pretty much 7 days a week, right? So to make all you guys happy and so you guys can be successful in your business. So looks like there's no other questions or comments. I just want to say thank you so much for joining me today and hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. And if you guys have more questions, just drop them in the chat and we'll dive in there and answer them for you. So have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.